man.
It's not the number of kids, though. I guess people question the different baby mothers. That's what
But
it
why
is.
do people question that?
What is up, YouTube? It's your boy G11 back with another episode of Homie Talk, where we have real discussions about things happening in the world. And everything said here is my opinion and mine alone. If you agree or disagree, let me know down in the comments below. Also, while you're down there, hit that like and subscribe button. Show the channel some love. I have a goal of 500 subscribers by December, and we are well on our way to hitting that goal. Thank you for the folks who are supporting and have supported. Please continue. Keep getting the word out there about Homie Talk. It's going to be big. Now, for tonight's topic, we're going to examine an interview that Nick Canon did with the Breakfast Club. I want to see what his take is on relationships and having so many kids. So without further ado, let's get into it.
It's not the number of kids, though. I guess people question the different baby mothers. That's what
But
it
why
is.
do people question that? I mean, because that's a Eurocentric concept when you think about the ideas of you're supposed to have this one person for the rest of your life, and really that's just a classified property when you think about it. I mean, like when you go into that mindset, if we really talking that talk, like just the idea that a man should have one woman, we shouldn't have anything. I have no ownership over this person. Like if we really talking about how we coexist.
I find his take on this really weird. He has this view of ownership with marriage when I think that was, maybe in the past, way in the past, maybe they looked at it like that. But now the institution of marriage is a little bit different in terms of it being more of a partnership. I don't know, it's weird. And then there's nothing wrong with deciding to settle down with one person for the rest of your life. So it works for some people don't. To me, he's coming off as this weird, free spirit type scenario, if that makes sense. Really, you see that with women. Free, enjoy your life. You don't need to be satisfied with one person. I think the homie MTR, he covered a really good individual who was like that. But let's continue the interview and see what else we can pull out of it.
And how we populate. It's about what exchange can we create together. So I've never really subscribed to that mentality.
Mm-hmm.
I understand the institution of marriage and stuff, but if we go back to what that was about, that was the classified property. That was because a father gave another man his daughter for land. So when you really get to that concept, it's like, we got to change all of this up, because I don't want ownership over anybody. I don't have ownership of any of the mothers, or we create families in that sense of we created a beautiful entity.
Sounds
so
very
I can get into it because I
feminism-y.
don't, those are the concepts that a lot of people, because we're so indoctrinated into it, we have to have it this way. I'm not, I don't subscribe to that. I actually think women are blessing us. Those women,
Sounds very, very feminine-y.
All women are the ones that open themselves up to say, I would like to allow this man in my world, and I will birth this child.
Mm-hmm.
So it ain't my decision. I'm just.
So yeah, we all know women control childbirth, but we control marriage. Men control marriage, I want to say. But yeah, that part's right. But he's really hitting on this ownership thing for some reason. I feel like he got brainwashed into thinking marriage is just a bad thing. Which, is kind of weird, because he was married to Mariah Carey for a while. How did he get to this from being happy with her? Because it seemed like they were pretty happy when they were married. Let's continue.
I'm following suit. So
the women
I respect that game you running on them ladies. Wow, Nick, that's what you spitting? That's the dream you selling?
Truth,
wow.
So the women that
they're the ones that's making the choice.
So the women you have in a relationship with, they don't mind that
every woman that I deal with or dealt with, obviously my life is on Front Street. Correct. At all times. They know how I feel, and it usually is a concept. I'm not going around who I'm gonna impregnate next. Nah.
It kind of seemed like
scenarios and that's the thing. People say certain things in the public, but when you really look at how a family infrastructure is designed, the woman is the one that always leads and makes the decisions.
I agree wholeheartedly. I say that all the time. I say that we had to do some real societal brainwashing to make people believe that men were the actual leaders.
Yeah.
But just by nature, you can look and see women run everything.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about, Charlamagne the God? Where do women lead everything? What, by the very name? what are these niggas talking about? I don't get it. Women lead everything. That is a weird. Okay. I'm just gonna say that sounds very blue pill, very like on the side of feminism. That just sounds like something nice to say, but that's not how reality actually is. Okay. Men run this thing. We built everything. We built the world that we live in. I don't need to repeat it too much. I mean, that's just a very strange thing to say, Charlamagne the God. I personally don't feel that way, but okay, let's continue. Not saying that they can't.
And the only thing we have brute force. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
And even now, that's changing drastically.
Mm-hmm.
And we've used our brute force to brainwash society to think that we're the overpowering or the one that controls just because maybe we can physically move something.
Women lead.
Women lead, and in every scenario that I've had, I step back and say, "How do you want to do this?"
Nick is capping hard. I feel like he went under some brainwashing. I mean, let's be real. It's not that we have bullied our way into leading things. I mean, yeah, we do have the muscle, but that's literally just the natural way of the world. Men are, most of us are natural leaders. We're supposed to get out there. You get in a relationship or whatever with the female. She wants to be led. She doesn't want someone who's just gonna, I don't know, for all intents and purposes, go with the flow, right? Or just kind of be existing. That's kind of a weird dynamic to me. It'd be very strange to me if my wife led our relationship. What kind of shit is that? Women usually like a strong man who's gonna make decisions and just run the shit, you know what I'm saying? They don't want someone passive who just let them make all the decisions. Maybe some do, I don't know. For majority of the people, for a majority of us, that doesn't work. And even contrary to what they tell you, watch their actions and you'll see what they actually want. Women want to be led. That's just the way it is. I said it. Continuing.
And it's sad because a lot of people will be like, "Man, how is he convincing these women?" I'm like, I'm the one that's in the scenario to where I have to follow suit in what they decide.
Well, I've heard people say that they think you having all these kids with different women is selfish because you can't possibly give the time to all of the different kids.
Again, time is a man-made construct. When you like, if we're talking quantity over quality, I mean, everybody knows the difference between that. I mean, I grew up in an unorthodox household, so I do understand. Oh man, I wish my father was there more. I wish my mother was there.
Man-made construct.
A lot of times where my grandmother was the matriarch. So I understand the purpose of that, but it truly is, and not to, because I don't have to prove myself.
You know, guys, at the end of the day, you know, I completely disagree with, you know, Nick Cannon's views on this topic. I don't think it's okay to have a bunch of different baby mothers with a bunch of different kids. No matter how rich you are, there's no way you're going to have enough time to spend with each of them. I know he says he makes it to all their games and all that stuff, but you gotta, like, Nick Canon is a very busy guy. He's got a successful show. You know, he's done movies. I don't think he's done any lately, but I'm sure he has many ventures that he's into right now. You know, and it's weird. He's got this whole free spirit thing about him that's, you know, I typically see that in females, to be honest. And I mean, if a dude just wants to sleep with a lot of chicks, and just do that, you know, but don't impregnate them. Like, creating, you know, having sex with a bunch of chicks is one thing, but, you know, getting them all pregnant is another. That's something completely different. It's almost like he took responsibility off of himself and put it on them, saying that, you know, hey, they're letting me do it, so fuck it. Like, come on, that's a lazy attitude to take, man. Yes, women are the gatekeepers of childbirth, but and we are the gatekeepers of marriage as men, but that, we gotta not be so reckless with that. It affects a lot of lives, man. You won't have time for all of them. It affects their chances of actually trying to get married later down the line, and then you could be passing down some crazy genetics, man. At the end of the day, I think this is just him just YOLOing. He's like, you know, hey, I could kick the bucket at any time. Let me go ahead and just spread my seed, you know, build the family kind of thing. But this is a bad example to follow, and it's a common problem in our community, the black community, I should say. Really, we got too many children out here without dads, and that are not Nick Canon. You know, this is just a common thing. So, you know, at the end of the day, we got to be better. We got to have some dick discipline. If you're gonna be out there, homies, make sure you're using protection. I mean, not just for the STDs, but you know, don't be getting everybody pregnant. That's just not a good idea. It's not a good look. That's G11 signing off. Again, if you like the content, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below to be notified when more stuff like this drops. Until next time, peace.